In one of the most eye-opening nights of the WNBA season, the Indiana Fever were steamrolled by the New York Liberty 98-77 in a game that turned into more than just a lopsided score. It became a masterclass in psychological gamesmanship and potential player recruitment. With Caitlin Clark sidelined due to a groin injury sustained just the night before, the Fever entered the game without their franchise centerpiece and predictably crumbled. Yet, what drew the most attention wasn't the blowout or Breanna Stewart's commanding 24-point, 11-rebound performance, nor Sabrina Ionescu's near double-double. It was how the Liberty Stars chose to speak about the one person who didn't even touch the court, Clark. In a post-game press conference, Stewart and Ionescu effusively praised Clark, steering nearly every question about their dominant win back to admiration for the Fever's injured rookie. The admiration seemed more strategic than sincere, almost as if they were extending a hand to Clark through the media. Things escalated when a photo began circulating on social media, showing Clark smiling and chatting in the bowels of Barclays Center with Liberty coach Sandy Brondello, Stewart, Ionescu, and, notably, her agent, Erin Kane. That image lit up WNBA Twitter, sparking speculation that Clark might be getting a glimpse of a future outside of Indiana. Fans were quick to point out the stark contrast. While Liberty Stars lauded her with public praise, Fever head coach Stephanie White's support had been lukewarm at best. White's recent comments about Clark's physical treatment in games were dismissive, even sarcastic, joking, "Are you trying to get me fined again?" when asked about how opponents defend her. Meanwhile, Liberty players expressed genuine concern for Clark's well-being, with Ionescu previously saying she was happy to see her out there healthy, even when Clark was lighting them up. The difference in tone between teams felt jarring. The timing of all this couldn't be more telling. Clark had just received the ESPY for Best WNBA Player, a prestigious honor for any rookie, but it was the Liberty, not her own team, who seemed to celebrate her the most. Add to that her visible joy in post-game interactions with Liberty leadership, and it's not hard to see the writing on the wall. This wasn't just about admiration. It felt like a recruitment pitch wrapped in sportsmanship. And while the Liberty quietly dominate on the court, they're showing Clark something else, a stable, supportive, championship-ready environment. Liberty coach Sandy Brondello has guided her team through injuries and adversity, and her players speak with unity and clarity about their goals. In contrast, the Fever are clinging to Clark for relevance, with a roster that falters without her and a coach who seems unable or unwilling to protect her from the league's physical onslaught. Clark has missed 10 games this season and hasn't played more than 5 in a row due to repeated leg injuries. And now, as she watches her team get embarrassed from the bench, she's being embraced by the very players who dismantled her squad. The irony isn't lost on fans, many of whom are beginning to question whether Clark is more appreciated by opposing teams than her own. Liberty players are subtly but effectively positioning themselves as her future teammates, and it's working. When fans say, "Maybe she just wants to be around people who appreciate her," it's a gut punch to the Fever organization. Especially when her own coach won't offer the kind of praise or protection that her peers from other teams so freely give. The photo of Clark and her agent post-game wasn't just a moment. It was a message. Agents don't stand around chatting with rival coaches and players for fun, especially not while their client is injured and her team is floundering. They talk business, future, culture, things the Liberty clearly have in abundance. This is the kind of behind-the-scenes positioning that foreshadows blockbuster moves in other leagues, and it's new territory for the WNBA. The Liberty's campaign isn't overt tampering. It's something more elegant and calculated. Their praise, presence, and professionalism are a living, breathing recruitment pitch. Even in dominant wins, they're centering Clark in the conversation, not to diminish her, but to elevate her. And by doing so, they're exposing everything the Fever are lacking. The Liberty's win was more than a statement. It was an exhibition of what championship infrastructure looks like. Stewart spoke about fan energy, team chemistry, and focus. Ionescu highlighted their resilience and trust in Coach Brondello. While Clark, watching from the sidelines, looked more relaxed and happy with Liberty leadership than she has with her own staff all season. And then there's the All-Star Game subplot. Clark will be playing under Coach Brondello alongside Ionescu, and if that connection strengthens, it might not just be a one-weekend alliance. It's becoming clearer that the Liberty aren't just interested in beating Clark's team. They want Clark. And they're playing the long game with impressive finesse. As the Fever limp into the All-Star break with a dismal record when Clark doesn't play, the Liberties surge forward with a 15-6 record and a roster that performs at peak levels. The message to Clark is loud and clear. This is what success looks like. While her current team leans on her like a crutch and leaves her exposed to physical punishment and media pressure, the Liberty are showing her what it means to be part of a system designed to win and to protect its stars. For Indiana, this is more than just a rough patch. It's an organizational red flag. When your star rookie is being actively courted in plain sight by a rival team, with fans watching her smile beside that rival's leadership, and your own fanbase questioning your loyalty to her, that's no longer speculation. That's crisis management time. If the Fever can't fix the way they treat their most valuable asset, and fast, they may not have that asset for long.